Hey, I'm Rob. Welcome to Reframe.
Project goal: write and record an EP or album of songs. And there are 4 clear phases to move through.
Phase 1. The goal of this phase is to focus on quantity of foundations.
In other words, writing a lot of songs.
And to explore writing different genres and testing limitations. The best way to tackle this phase is by creating lots of work consistently. Check out my video about quantity in the description below. It talks more about this. We're essentially searching for good vibes. There's a higher potential that you'll make a good idea. If you make lots of ideas, you'll explore the full range of your potential.
You won't waste time building productions on top of bad songs. But then what are the foundations of a song?
So in this model, a song is defined as an idea and emotion conveyed through a musical performance of lyrics, melody, and chords, played in an arrangement, which is having different sections.
So you've got to ask yourself a few questions. Have I finished the lyrics, melody, and chords? Is my idea clear? Does it convey the right emotion? Do I have clearly defined sections?
If the answer is yes, you might be able to move into the next phase with the song, phase 2. The goal of this phase is to decide on what songs you like, then experiment and record a guide track. In phase 1, we started from nothing every day. In phase 2, we revise and play with the best of what we've made in phase 1. Because you've been writing all your songs in my free Notion template in the description below.
You may notice some commonalities between your songs.
This will give you a compass as to what direction you're naturally leaning towards. In phase 2, we're experimenting a lot, experimenting with different chord progressions, the order of your sections, specific parts you're playing with. You're composing different transitions between different sections. We have to explore the 5 W's. When are you making the EP? Where are you doing it? Who is your band, producer, mixing engineer, mastering engineer? What does this work represent? Why are you doing it? How are you doing it? Phase 3. The goal of phase 3 is to record official production. We're recording parts with attention to detail of the sounds of the instruments, the quality of the recordings, the tonal balance.
Zooming out to see the bigger picture of the production, seeing how much layering you're adding to each section to control the dynamics across the song, to control how loud and soft each section is.
And we're able to capture what we've experimented with in phase 2. Songwriters often get a music producer to help with this part because there's lots of technicalities that get in the way of performance. And sometimes the artist just wants to perform. You can hire producers locally or have someone like me execute the music production through the internet. If you'd like some help with the production or mixing part of the process, feel free to get in contact with me
at brooksideaudiomail.com.
I'm offering free 20-minute Zoom calls just to talk about your project. And even if you don't work with me, that can be pretty helpful to reveal some insights about your project. So my email is in the description below. Phase 4. The goal of phase 4 is to mix and master the recordings. This stage is about refinement of the captured sounds, to complement what you've laid down and further support the foundations, the idea and emotion. Again, for this stage, many artists hire a mixing engineer and a mastering engineer to add the level of depth to the recordings that they need, because it can be really difficult to achieve a certain standard if you've never done it before.
If you want to give mixing a go, try these things.
1. Fix the technical imperfections in the recording, like buzzing, bleed, clicks, pops. We then fix any tonal imbalances with equalization, and we fix dynamic imbalances with compression. We then balance and automate the levels of the track to bring focus to the lead instrument. We add reverb and delay to make each instrument feel like they're in the same environment, like a room or a concert hall. Then we might add more reverbs and delays as sound effects to keep the listener engaged. We add panning, so we put different instruments on different speakers to make it sound like there's some form of travel from one speaker to another, or that someone's playing at a certain point in the room. Then after the mixing's done, the mastering engineer glues all of the elements together and makes it sound loud. They make it translate, they make it sound really good on different speakers. The mixing and mastering engineers make it sound professional. So phase 4 is one of the most important parts in getting a sound that will compete.
So in phase 1, we write lots of music. In phase 2, we choose the best songs and refine them. Then in phase 3, we record and produce those songs. In phase 4, we polish the production with mixing and mastering.
Those are the 4 phases we go through to refine your project to completion. Which phase are you currently in?
If you're stuck, you might need some help.
Don't forget, I'm offering free 20-minute Zoom calls to talk about your project.
Check out the description below for my contact details.
Thank you for watching Reframe. I'm Rob. Bye for now.